Magandang Huwebes sa inyong lahat. Ika-4 ng Marso 2021. Parating na po ang bakuna ng Astra Zenica ngayong gabi. 487,200 doses po ito, which translates to 243,600 individuals ang pwedeng mabakunahan. Yan po ay isang magandang balita on top of the vaccine na nauna, yung Sinovac. Para matapos na po yung pandemya sa ating bansa, na nagdulot ng malaking challenge sa ating mga kababayan at sa ating ekonomiya. At kung natatandaan po ninyo, nagsimula po ang lockdown noong March 15, 2020, almost 1 year ago na po ito. Hari nawa ay magdulot ng magandang resulta ang pagbabakuna at mag-move on na po ang ating ekonomiya. Ito po ang inyong lingkod, Benji Chidoro. I do the stock market report every day, which I started last August. I also report the latest news on your favorite stocks. And if you like the content, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. And today, samahan ninyo ako sapagkat meron tayong balita sa financials ng DNL at ICT. At ang resulta ng trading sa ating PSE ngayong araw, March 4, 2021, dito lamang sa The Stock Market Today. From the Philippine Star, DNL earnings up 8% in fourth quarter. DNL Industries Inc., the specialty foods, ingredients, and chemicals company, posted an 8% increase in the net income in the fourth quarter of 2020 to 637 million. However, net income for the full year of 2020 was down 23% to 2 billion. DNL President Alvin Lau also noted the higher income for the second half of the year to 1.2 billion, up 51% from the first half. Lau said 2020 was definitely a challenging year for the company. But at the same time, these extraordinary conditions further built our resilience and strengthened our conviction on our long-term strategies, he said. The COVID-19 pandemic demonstrated the highly relevant nature of DNL businesses, catering to basic industries as well as the company's operational adeptness, he said. Now, let me share with you the commentary of BDO Nomura on this report on DNL. Nomura's comment is DNL's earnings results met our expectations for the period, while HMSV volume and overall margin recovery trends appear encouraging, leading to full year 21 forecast. Our full year 21 forecast to 22 forecast EPS or earnings per share estimates have been raised an average of 12% due to these trends, as well as incorporation that create implications in our tax expense forecast. TP has likewise been raised to 920 as a result of these changes. We continue to view the stock as being undervalued given current multiples. We reiterate a buy. So ano bang target price ni BDO Nomura dito? Let's check. The target price of BDO Nomura for DNL is 9 pesos and 20 centavos. So yesterday's prices, it was just doing 744 or a about 24% upside. Okay, as for ICT naman, I will share with you the news as we review the stock. In the meantime, let's go to the PSE index, which lost 60.27 points or 0.87%. And there was net foreign selling at 627.63 million. As for the market summary, 119 companies declined, 110 advanced, while 40 remained unchanged. The all-share index showed a decline of 0.56%, while the sectoral indices registered a decline, except for the industrials, which registered a 20% increase or 0.20% increase. That's a fraction of 1%. The decliners was led by mining at 1.97%. For the most active stocks, we will be reviewing the top 10. Dito, Now, BDO, PHA, MBT, SM, Ali, GFC, TEL, and ICT. And I'll be sharing with you the news on ICT later. Okay, so let's get on to it. Let's review the first stock, Dito. Dito, very volatile today. It closed at 1552, had a high of 1660, and it lost 20 centavos or 1.27%. Now the stock is just moving sideways, just like what I have reported yesterday. Support level is at 14.6, 14 pesos and 50 centavos to 14 pesos and 60 centavos yung nearest support. While the nearest resistance of Dito is at 18.20, 18.17 to 18.20. So, moving sideways lang si Dito. And if you wanted to trade the range, yung low niya would be about 14 pesos to 15 pesos, while yung high niya will be about 16 pesos. So, computing nyo lang yung risk-reward ratio dyan. Dapat 1:2, 1 is your risk, 2 is your reward. Next, Now. Pumasok si Now today. Now Corporation. Actually, it had a higher candlestick, but it closed lower. No? The opening price was 352, but it closed at 340. And it is a green indication here because the closing price is higher than the previous close, but because the opening price is higher or the closing price is lower than the opening price, it ended with a red candlestick. Abangan natin yung movement ng stock because it is now higher than the 20-day exponential moving average and it is about the level of the 50-day moving average. Hindi ko masabing sideways to because it buckled the trend. So it was going downwards and then it had a higher candlestick, red nga lang. So tingnan natin kung merong news. Press release. Now Corporation discloses the favorable ruling in favor of its affiliate, Now Telecom Company, issued by the Anti-Red Tape Authority. Baka meron siyang kaso sa Anti-Red Tape, which it got a favorable ruling, kaya mas mataas yung candlestick niya. But it ended lower. The closing price is lower than the opening price, and hence the red candlestick. Pero yung closing price niya is higher than the previous day's closing. So tingnan natin, I cannot say for sure where the stock is going because if we will be drawing a channel, ito yung channel niya. Ito actually yung channel ng stock. It is going this way. Tapos biglang nag-ano, no? Yeah. Ganyan siya. So slight overshoot lang. And then there was this candlestick here which was out of the channel. So probably a change in direction or a sign of reversal. So the RSI shot up, no? Shot up, meaning tumaas. Jumped to 53.99 from the previous day's 29.90, meaning oversold siya yesterday, naging bullish today. So abangan natin sa mga susunod na araw where the stock will go. I cannot say for sure now where. Baka magko-consolidate muna ito. Now, let's go with video. Ito, ko-consolidate din to. It ended with a red candlestick, but it's a very thin, with a very thin body. So just moving sideways actually. From a solid green candlestick 4 days ago, it is now consolidating at 108. So our nearest resistance will be 112 to 113, while the nearest support, based on the later data, would be 103. So that's for video, moving sideways. Next, PHA. Okay, PHA is, generally moving sideways, but it is still above our candlestick, which has an upward trend. No? Yung ating 20-day exponential moving, 50 and 100, are all under the candlestick, indicating an upward trend. So, abangan natin susunod. It's a bullish stock. So, if you wanted to buy, you can buy. Because the nearest support, I would place it at EMA 20. EMA 20 is at 2 pesos and 81 centavos. So, ano ito? A moving average within the channel. Or a support. Yung channel support niya. In the meantime, the nearest resistance, I can see it at 336. Yan yung nearest resistance niya. So, anytime soon, baka mag-break ng channel kung hindi magbabago yung kanyang trend. No? Kung dumiretso siya, nagko-consolidate, pero kung tumaas siya further, Then, finalo lang niya yung trend. Our RSI is also bullish at 57.87. And then, Metrobank. Metrobank, market sentiment is pulling the stock down. Ito, baba. Siguro, meron siyang dividends dito na nag-X-date. And that's the reason kung bakit bumaba. Pero just the same, it shouldn't stay here very long because very good ang fundamentals ni Metrobank. From a higher candlestick here, dito lang siya nagko-consolidate before. Biglang bumaba siya dito. Nandiyan siya today. So if we'll draw a, for example, we'll be drawing a Darvas. Dito natin siya maidodraw. Diyan siya. Then another one here. Parang dalawa lumalabas eh. Yun yung nakikita ko dyan. Dalawa yung lumalabas. Na boxes, ano? Pero ang pwede natin kunin actually is the resistance here. At right now, it's 51.98. Yung higher resistance. And the lower resistance would be at 49.46. And the support is here at 47.33. Now guys, when I talk of support and resistance, these are not actual points, but these are areas actually. So ito, nagko-consolidate lang, no? Moving sideways, and it's really, well, sa akin, parang puzzle to, no? Bakit nandito na siya? Bumaba siya dito. Kung merong dividend play, it wouldn't stay long here eh. It would actually move upwards pa. Medyo unusual yung candlestick formation ni MBT. Abangan po natin sa mga susunod na araw kung ano mangyayari sa stock. Next is SM. Okay, SM. Okay, still moving sideways with the nearest support at EMA 100. EMA 100 is at 1,013 or to 1,014. That's the nearest support. And the nearest resistance is at 1,078 to 1,080. Yan. The nearest resistance ni SM. Still moving sideways kasi wala pang ganong mall traffic, ano? I was in the mall last 2 weeks ago sa SM. Actually, nag-i-increase na yung foot traffic, but it was a Sunday. So, I wouldn't know kung ordinary day maganda pa rin ang mall traffic. Nandun kami lunchtime, but nung umalis kami, medyo nangalahati na yung parking lot, ano? Kasi yung benchmark mo of maraming tao is kung puno yung parking eh. So, nakaparada kami nung lunchtime, pero pag alis namin, siguro mga 2:30 or 3 o'clock, halos kalahati na yung slots na nawala, no? Or umalis na yung mga tao. Anyway, it's moving sideways, and if you want to trade the range, make sure that your risk-reward ratio is 1:2. 1 is your risk, 2 is your reward. Then, Ali. Ali had a dip today because natapos na yung X-date, no? Ito yung last day bago ka bumili. Actually, maganda nga bumili at 38.50 lang. No? Tapos, pwede ka pa sa dividend kung bumili ka today. Well, hopefully, yung 38.50, no? Mag-recover uli si Ali to a higher level. No? Sana ganun na mangyari. Kasi kung bumili kayo today at 38.50 halimbawa, let's compute the dividend yield, no? At least for the 38.50. Tingnan natin yung dividend yield ni Ali. 13.58 divided by 38.5. Late lang. 0.35. 0.35%. Wala pang 1% if you double that, assuming that they give 2 dividend payments in a year. Yan natin. 2 dividend payments in a year. So, it's not even 1%. Oh. Malit lang yung payout niya. Dividend payment. 0.35 or almost 1/3 or more than 1/3 of 1%. So, it's just moving sideways with support at EMA 100, that's 38.03. And resistance would be here, 40.70. Then JFC. Okay, JFC. Nag-move higher siya. Now, it had a solid red candlestick no March 2, which had a 4.4% increase. That's 20 centavos, 7 pesos and 20 centavos increase. Tapos tumuloy pa siya, no? Slight increase yesterday. Then an increase of 3 pesos and 90 centavos today. So if you were able to buy, for example, here, halimbawa dito kayo nakabili. Example lang dito, computing natin. And ended up here. That's 8.66%. Yun yung kinita nyo if you are able to buy at this level. Ano? Halimbawa, nakabili kayo sa closing to 173 to 174. 8% or mga 9% ang kinita nyo. Yung kanyang nearest support, I can see it here at 174.60. So it's moving higher and the stock is bullish because it is already under the candlestick, yung ating indicators. And our RSI from last Monday, it was just 43, bearish. Pero ito, 61 na, which is bullish already. So, abangan po natin. Susunod na kabanata dito kay JFC. So, yan yung support niya, 174.60. Yung nearest resistance, pwede nyo siyang abangan dito. Meron ako nakikita dito sa 195.35 yung nearest resistance ni JFC. And then, TEL. Magandang balita si TEL. Okay, bumagsak pa lalo si TEL, pero meron siyang dividends, 40 pesos. Ex-date is March 15. Payment date is April 6. So it's 1290 yung kanyang closing price today. And if we will compute, for instance, based on the closing price today, the dividend yield, that's 40 pesos divided by 1290. That's, 3.1% yung makukuha nating dividend yield. Okay, you remove the tax times 0.9. 2.8% net of tax. First half lang to, no? Nagbibigay ito ng second half So last year, nagbigay siya noong August. If you will multiply lang yung 2.79 by 2, we will approximate the yearly rate, dividend yield at 5.6%. So maganda talaga si TEL. Ang habol mo dyan, yung dividend yield. Medyo mahal nga lang, akala mo mahal. Pero pagka nagbigay yan ng dividendo, sulit. Okay, PLDT says revenues hit all-time high in 2020 as pandemic pushed data demand. Pero in spite of that, bumagsak 43 minutes ago, okay. Siguro mag-gap up si PLDT. Let's check the news. Ito, PLDT says revenue hit all-time high in 2020 as pandemic pushed data demand. PLDT said Thursday telco core income jumped 4% to 28.1 billion in 2020 with service revenues from consumer wireless enterprise and home broadband at an all-time high as the COVID-19 pandemic pushed millions of Filipinos to work and attend school online. Reported net income jumped 8% to 24.3 billion, PLDT said in a disclosure to the stock exchange. Demand for internet connectivity to support work-from-home setups and online learning lifted service revenues last year. The company said, wow, this is good news for PLDT. Nagbigay pa siya ng malaking dividendo at 40 pesos. So let's check the previous dividend. Kasi ngayon, it's 40 pesos per share. And then, nung July, nagbigay siya 38. So, it's consistent, no? Medyo mataas din yung binigay nila. No, mas mataas ng konti lang ngayon. So, that's good news, no? Expect some movement in the stock tomorrow for PLDT. Dapat mag-gap up si PLDT. And tumaas yung kanyang stock, ano? Because of this good news. In the meantime, ang support area, this is the support na actually. 1292 or 1290 yung support area. Yan, no? It's lower, bearish pa rin siya, but I expect the stock to move favorably tomorrow, no? And possibly, siguro, kasi yung first support, the first resistance level, nandito Nakikita ko siya dito. Okay? 1399, yung first support level. And the second support level is here. I'm sorry. I'm talking of support. It's resistance, rather. So, yan yung first resistance level. The second resistance would be at 1461. Medyo high na to. Pero it should reach the first resistance level at 1499 muna. And I have PLDT in my portfolio, and my target price is 1600 of 1600. That's my target price. So that's good news for PLDT. And then finally, we have ICT. Okay, ICT, it's down. And it's in support, no? Support level. Yan. Down, but meron siyang earnings report. Okay, let's take a look at the news muna for ICT. Yan, results ICT recaptures lost ground to end 2020 in the black. Logistics magnate Enrique Razon recovered his losses in early parts of 2020 and managed to end the year in the black. Ang ibig sabihin ng end the year in the black. In the black meaning kumita siya. In the red meaning nalugi siya or natalo siya. A combination of easing global lockdowns that allowed deliveries to push through a new venture in Brazil and fresh contracts that augmented revenue streams buoyed profits of international container terminal services Inc. by 1% to 101.8 million. Prior to this audited report, ICTSI was running at a 1% decline of net income in the first 9 months financial results show. Okay, so that's very good news for ICT. May komentar kaya si BDO Nomura dito. Target price 135 si BDO Nomura. Target price niya for ICT. Okay? So, if you wanna buy ICT and PLDT, magandang bumili ngayon. Because the prices are low and I expect the stock to move upwards, both PLDT and ICT. And I have a position on ICT and I have a target price of 136. So magandang investment na rin po yan. Dahil magagandang stock po pareho ang PLDT at ICT. Of course, pwede kayong maniwala sa akin, pwede kayong maniwala kay Nomura, pwede rin po hindi. You do your due diligence before buying the stock. So that's my advice to everybody. Yan po ang ating stock market report, March 4, 2021, Thursday. Ito po si Benji Chodoro, nagpapaalala, mag-ingat sa scam. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagsubaybay. Bye for now and God bless.